It's morning. It's morning. It's morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, we have our pre-trip complete. Time to roll now. We've been off for 10 hours and 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes too long. We're going to have some breakfast of champions this morning. Look at my fingernails, man. That is because I've been on the road way too long. Oh, look at all my fingernails. Oh, that's disgusting. Ha ha ha. Ooh, ha ha. Oh. All right, let's get the F out of here. We're at this truck stop out here in Bowling Green. It was all right until some reefers parked on the right side of me and then to the left side of me, pinning me between the reefers. Oh boy. We're starting the day today out of Bowling Green. Missouri. Bowling Green. Good morning, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Or ish. Hey, mister. Hey, Dinesh. Hey, Dinesh. Hey, Mr. Oh, man, I got to stop. It didn't read your name. I got text-to-speech in my ear, but it didn't read your name. Hey, Mr. Phils. Hey, Stevie. Hey, Dinesh. It's like 5:44 a.m. In America. After 11 hours of driving, you have to take 10 hours of off time, and I just finished my 10 hours, and now I'm getting the crap out of here while I can and get out of here. Hit the road while everyone's sleeping. The truck stop behind me is full of trucks that are sleeping like babies. I thought about honking my horn in there, doing some shout outs in there. But I want to be welcome back, though, so I won't do that. It's really dark out here. It was inside the truck stop, but it's dark out here on the road. All right, guys and girls. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Oh, wow, road train. That is a whole different species, huh? That's a whole different species. Makes Americans look like bitches, huh? Here we are with all of our rules and all of our policies. And there you are over there pulling trains down the road. Yeah, they don't have that in America. They ain't got that in America. We couldn't handle it, huh? We couldn't handle it. We respect our Australian brothers and sisters out there. Oh, do you? Well, don't ruin my fantasy of Australia for me. Let's pretend like it's still the outback, the great unexplored wild frontier of amazing, crazy. Oh wait, what is that movie? Mad Max. Imagine, it's like all of Australia reminds me of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Yeah. Middle of the day. This morning. Oh yeah, this morning. 11 hours almost on my clock, so I think I'm going to make it today. I'll make it tonight. What's today? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I can shower today. It's Wednesday. It's shower day. Yeah, we do things differently in America on the road. We shower by days of the week. Yeah. Hopefully whatever you're calling 911 for, you can fix by calling 911. However, where you are, they've probably been defunded. Is you. Oh, bother. Oh, yeah. We're going to hit St. Louis here in about 30 miles. 30 miles north of St. Louis, Missouri, the most dangerous place in Middle America. My favorite state to drive in, man, could be Arizona, New Mexico. I like those states out in the middle of the desert where you can see for 20 miles, and you can see the exits. Half an hour before you get there, all the roads are really wide. There's no low bridges. It's just open roads and nice people. Arizona, New Mexico, Utah. I'd say Colorado, but damn, those Rockies are rough sometimes, especially in the wintertime. Missouri is where I live, but they got a lot of low bridges and a lot of weird, crazy old stuff you can't get through. I like a town I like a state that is newer. It's not old, and their infrastructure is built around big trucks and not hitting bridges. Oh man, starting your day at 5 o'clock in the morning, tuck up its hairs on your chest, turns you into men. We left the women behind. You came in through the live stream this morning, you probably have for this moment. You probably didn't know that this channel even existed. Trust me, with your click and subscribe. I make videos. Every day. I uploaded a bunch last night before I passed out. When I'm not driving, I'm recording videos. I'm not like this. This is a stream. This is me driving. It doesn't get too much more exciting than this. But my videos are what I work hard on. My videos are what I do. This stream is just how I talk to subscribers. And I would really appreciate if everybody in here would give me a chance and subscribe. I know nobody likes to be asked to subscribe or whatever, but I ain't asking you, brother. I'm telling you, brother. I ain't asking for your subscribe. I'm telling you. You better subscribe to me or you ain't a YouTuber. How about that? How about that? How about that catch me outside? How about that? I know, especially right now, it's so dark that when I turn it around, you can't even see my fat trucker face. You can't even see my fat trucker face over here. It's so dark. Yeah. It's so loud. I had to get a special microphone. Yeah, in America, you got to drive on the right side. And unless you're in a car, then you can do whatever you want. If you look at the videos on my channel, you'll see sometimes I have to get over in that left lane, and when I do, the Karens come out. And they start ripping me, telling me I don't know how to drive, telling me I'm wrong, I'm going to go to jail, I should lose my license, I'm not a real man, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not smart. You know, all that stuff you do when you're mad and you're rage watching and you see a fat trucker doing something amazing out there. You got to tear them down. You tear them down. You make them feel small. How can you make a fat guy feel small with a word when you know he's fat, you know he's not small, but you still try? Not you. You guys like me. It's just the other yous. Oh boy, we're out here doing it today. Doing 63 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. Oh, there's a freaking intersection in the middle of this highway. Why would they do this? Now I gotta go through this light. What a dangerous thing to do to people. Well fed, that's right. Tell you what, and I got so well fed that my belt was about to not fit anymore. I corrected that. I've been eating salads, and I've been buying two cheeseburgers, like I always do, except I put one in the back where I sleep, and I wait until later, and I have it later on. Twice the meal for one, and I'm 3 notches down on my belt now. 3 notches. I don't even know what that translates to in Australian or wherever, whatever, because we don't use the metric system in America. You know why? Because people that use the metric system are people we went to war with, and we killed them all, and we beat them all in a war, a bloody war. Last thing we're going to do is use their commie metric system. It's pride. If anything, we're allowed to have pride because the blood that we shed for our rights. We have pride, and we can't let the world take our pride away. Listen, Australia, we're not using the metric system because we hate Australia. We're doing it because fuck the Queen. They tried to kill us, and we won that war, and they'll never take that away from us, and we'll never use the metric system. If you guys think we're crazy for it, we got pride. Except for these days, we're not allowed to have pride because pride is racism. And you know how that is, Australia. You guys are woke over there, too. You guys are woke. I see the videos. I see the gun buybacks. I see all those liberal policies over there. In America, we're not liberal, and we're not conservative. We're not Democrats. We're not Republicans. We're just pawns in a gross game of chess. That's right. Everywhere the metric system is where the queens spread their lies. So everywhere they're not using the metric system, we know we can trust them. We know we can trust them. They're allies of ours. Enemies of our enemies are our friends. We like the Crocodile Hunter. We liked Crocodile Dundee. We like all your national treasures. Oh, man, I tell you what, one day Americans will be allowed to go to Australia again and vacation there and have a great time. One day. But in America, we're poor right now. We're really, really poor. None of Americans have time to even take a day off work now. We're all working 6 days a week, double shift, to pay for the wars. Pay for the immigrants. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jane? Somebody got to do it, and that's us, America. We do what we got to do out here. We do what we got to do. These cops are sitting everywhere trying to bust people. Yeah, I hope Australia doesn't really look. You know, there's a lot of countries that look down on America for not using the metric system, but you gotta understand, that war was a bloody freaking war. And before that war, there was a whole lot of oppression, a whole lot of really bad stuff going on that we defeated by winning that war. And our dignity relies on our self-reliance. we can't rely on ourselves, then we're back to worshiping other kings and queens and giving them our rights. They tell us to have the metric system. We tell them you shove the meters up your Peter. You shove your meter up your Peter. I'm going to take foot and pounds, baby. Pounds. All right, what do I rant about next? It's too dark out here. How about that? We can rant about the light. Give me some light out here. I can't see. No, we probably have sunrise in probably 2 hours. 2 hours, maybe, if we're lucky. But as long as it's dark, all the crazies are sleeping. You know, all them the fakes, all the fake truckers out there that aren't going to wake up until it gets daylight. Like their alarm will go off, but they'll hit snooze or something. We don't like driving with those guys. What we do is we wait until those guys go to sleep, and then we go out, and all the real drivers go out on the road and hammer down across this town. This is too early. I don't stream this early usually because most of my subscribers aren't even awake yet. I don't get a chance to talk to them. I talk to everyone else that doesn't want to subscribe or doesn't know they can subscribe. That don't even know this channel exists, but now you do. Now you know it exists, and it's up to you to subscribe. I had 40,000 subscribers yesterday. Me in this truck and my camera. See, the camera you're looking at right now, that's my little dash cam thingy. I don't use that to record videos for my channel. I have some spy glasses. They're smart glasses. They have a camera in them and a microphone. And that's what I use to record the videos on my channel. So if you just trust me with that click, check out some videos, you'll see. It's a different perspective on life. It's a perspective from a dumbass that can't even talk. Did you hear me? I can't even say the words. It's a trucking perspective. It's what I see and how I think, or what I do, or what I don't do. Turning boys into men. I reckon in 2020, absolutely Trump won. Absolutely, and he'll win again. I don't know why he's not in office. I don't know all the politics. But in America, last time everyone voted for him. And he was like 20% more popular than he was when he won. And so now he's like 200% more popular in America. So there's no way. There's no way he's going to lose. Like last time, he shouldn't have lost. I didn't want him to win. I didn't want him to lose. I don't care. But I tell you, last election, everyone wanted him to win out here. And for some reason, he didn't win. This time, it's even bigger. I mean, it's way bigger. It's almost like a cult how many people are following him. I don't want to call it a cult because that's disrespectful to half the country, but he's absolutely going to win unless they pull a fast one again. And last time, you weren't even allowed to think that they pulled a fast one without getting in cyber jail, getting canceled. I mean, they were shutting down your accounts for even hinting that there could have been something fishy. So this time, it's going to be like communist China. If Trump doesn't take office, they're going to lock everything down again, and it's going to be real bad. You guys are going to see a side of America that you ain't seen since the war times. Ain't that the truth? I think that now that Trump has the minority vote and the majority vote, I don't think there's enough white women left out there to create enough of a stink. I don't think there's enough white women out there to defeat this wave that's coming. I don't think so. I think that it's going to be an instant win for Trump. I know he's out there doing speeches every day. I hear about it. I don't see the speeches. They won't play them on television. I think the only clips of Trump speeches I've seen are ones where there's no audio, and they're just, the news people are just telling us what he's saying instead of letting us hear what he's saying, which should be a definite sign of fear. I don't know what the big deal is, man. I don't know what the big deal is, man. But But apparently it's a huge deal. Huge deal. I live in a small town in the middle of America. We got 450 people in our town. Nothing changed when Trump was elected, and nothing changed when Biden was elected, and nothing changes when whoever gets elected again. I think the only time that it ever changed anything is in the cities. I think that's it. I don't think it's going to affect little American towns. I lived in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, when Trump got elected the first time. And it didn't seem like what's the big deal until every day in the news I'm watching the minorities are dragging out the white people out of their cars at the intersections and beating the crap out of them. Every day, white people were getting dragged out of their cars and beaten. And they're like, you're a Trump supporter. Like, how would you know? Oh, because he's white. What the fuck am I watching? Me and my wife took our 2 little kids and we moved out to Middle America. We had our safety was at stake. And it was not like a paranoid thing. We were watching it every day. Locally on the news, not like national news. So we got out of the cities, mind, because the cities are dangerous places in America. There's cities with no-go zones where the police won't even go. No-go zones where they're fleeing. Certain colors of people are fleeing. They call it, and you can fill in the blank. Ready? Blank flight. This problem has a problem with blank flight. I'm not allowed to say it. But whatever it is, it's happening in every city. Every freaking city is suffering from blank flight. And they're moving to Middle America where it's safe to be a blank person. You know, it's a crazy time out here. I made a video yesterday and uploaded it. I got a lot of trouble because I actually addressed one of the problems out here in trucking, and it really upset a lot of people on one side. But it fueled the people on the other side, and they were making a lot of comments, created a lot of debate in the comments. And I always got to worry, am I allowed to say certain things out here, or am I in China? Like, no, this ain't China. This is YouTube. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem out here. You sit the big rig, you see a lot of things. You're not allowed to have an opinion. You just got to sit here and take it. You know, it gives you some patience. A lot of patience. A lot of patience out here on the road. Just bite your tongue. Just pretend like you didn't see nothing. Keep on going. It's 6 o'clock here now in America. It says I'm going to arrive by noon, but I got at least one fuel stop before I get there. It's going to push me back a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm hauling 43,000 pounds of flour for cooking, for baking, from General Mills. I'm taking it to a company called Cisco. I believe they provide ingredients and stuff for restaurants out in America. We got 100-gallon fuel tanks here. Usually have 2 of them, but this company takes off the extra fuel tank, keep the weight down, so we can haul more weight. This company strips off all the crap off the truck we don't need, so we can haul more, make more money. So I go with 100 gallons of gas. It takes me about 8 hours, 7-8 hours of driving before I got to fuel up. But I don't haul as much as you do, so I could probably go farther than you can. I don't haul but one trailer. I haul one trailer, and it's about 43,000 pounds that I carry at my heaviest. They said this would be 43,500 pounds, but afterwards it was about 43,000 pounds. when this truck gets heavy, the suspension in my turning pops a little bit. I'm like, is that supposed to be like that? It only does that when I'm fully heavily loaded. I'm like, well, I guess if the tire falls off, we'll deal with that problem when we get there. I don't know, maybe the tire won't fall off. Maybe the suspension will just fall off and it'll run under my back tire and launch it like I'm in a wheelie flying over the car in front of me and landing perfectly. And then I do a bow and everyone holds up the sign number 10 because I did a perfect 10. That's how that would go if I was in a cartoon. But it probably won't do that. Probably end up taking out my arms and my legs, and I'm laying there like a turd in the bed, just wiggling my head. Feed me! Feed me! All right. See the guys passing me, and their headlights are hitting my mirror and in my face and lighting me up like I'm on a spotlight on a stage. See, it's getting brighter out here. I mean, not really, but kind of. $140 tons. I think we're 40 tons maximum here. Right? It's 80,000 pounds maximum. That's a lot. I mean, your fuel is like weighs as much as our entire load. Like you're like a fuel station rolling down the road. All right. I like it when these guys hit the freaking gas as they enter the highway. I like that. It shows they got balls. I don't like having to hit the brake when I'm getting on the highway. You know, the camera's having a hard time adjusting to the window. Just can't find that focal point. Yeah, I know. You don't have to have special licenses or nothing to be able to pull that many trailers, like an endorsement. We got them out here that lets us pull what they call doubles. But you have to take a special test to be able to pull doubles. And they're not even real trailers. They're like 20-foot trailers. They call it pup trailers, pups out here. And doubles. I think some states will let you pull two 53-foot trailers maybe. But that's probably only on the highway. And probably not even in the towns. Oh yeah, the sun's going to come up soon. I can see the skies glowing. I'm seeing some purple out there. Maybe it'll be a purple sunrise. Some orange, purple and orange. That's a Midwest sunset or sunrise right there. Midwest. The thing is, out here in the Midwest, there's no mountains. There's no hills. There's only trees. There's nothing really to block the sunrise or the sunset. Alright guys, it's traffic's starting to pick up the closer I get to St. Louis. I think I got enough gas to get me through St. Louis so I don't have to stop in the ghetto. Oh. We don't stop in the ghetto unless we have to stop in the ghetto. It's just too dangerous to pull over just to get robbed. Oh yeah. Yeah, 4 trailers is a lot of trailers. That's a lot of freight. We got a lot of really bad truckers out here. I can imagine the mess they would cause with 4 fully loaded trailers behind them. I went through St. Louis yesterday, and the big rig flipped over on its side. Somebody went around the turn too fast, shut down the whole highway, shut down the bridge over the river. I can imagine that took forever just to clean up one trailer. Yeah, I don't think our trucks are that strong over here. You guys must have special models, special versions. Like our truck manufacturers over here say, okay, this one's for America. We got to make them special for Australia. Let's make them stronger. We don't need it over here. We have very light loads over here. I've seen some trucks, though, that they have that are supposed to be for hauling a lot of weight, and they're really expensive. But you look at the truck, they look exactly the same, but the price is expensive. It's like, man, that is way too much money. Yeah, I've seen videos of them. They do move like a snake. A real big, dangerous snake. There's a big purple big rig just passed me. I never did understand why people would buy a purple truck. And purple trucks are things I see at used truck dealerships next to the green ones and yellow ones. Those are like big oopses. Like they order for the dealer, that'll be cool. And then it shows up and you go, ew. No thanks. All right, you minivan, you better get on this freeway like you own it. Come on, dude, faster. Oh, they're made over there. I bet they make them over there so we don't feel like pussies. Look, we can't make stronger trucks over here because Americans are going to feel like they're inferior. Let's hide the fact that we make real trucks in Australia. That's okay. One day, see, we're drinking our milk, Australia. One day, when we grow up, our truckers are going to be big and strong, and we're going to haul 20 trailers behind our trucks.
Hey, get back to the city there. I didn't see anything.
Oh boy, lots of traffic out here today. It's building up. Getting closer to the city. It's getting close to rush hour. All right, we are going to take the 70 east to St. Louis. We're on the 70 now, officially on the 70 east. Oh, that guy flashed me, and he knew I had to get over before I knew I had to get over. Man, that is America for you right there. That's America for you right there. Yeah, I know. There's a little wind out here pushing me over to the shoulder. I'm driving a 2023 Freightliner Cascadia right now with 213,000 miles on it. I think it'll probably maybe another year before this company trades it in. I think every couple of years they trade them in. They don't let them get too bad. They don't let them get old. And I think they'll probably sell them to some other nice American company. Maybe they'll send them to Mexico. I think a lot of them they send to Mexico. Yeah, appreciate you coming by and hanging out. Appreciate that. Hopefully subscribe so you can find me again. There's a lot of guys out there. It's hard to find me. But you did. Hey, Michael. Appreciate you coming by. Shout out to you coming by and hanging out. Shout out to you stopping by, saying hello. Right here on the 70 East, driving through St. Louis. Trying to get through St. Louis as quick as possible without having to stop. Because we don't want to stop in St. Louis. Ain't nothing for us here but trouble. I'm in Missouri. Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. Is that where you are? Missouri, where you at? Where you at? Where you stay? Where you stay, Ray Ray? Where you at, yo? Yeah. Yeah, I try not to have to get off here. A couple weeks ago, I ran out of time on my DOT clock, and I was forced to sleep on the side of the road in St. Louis. Berlin? What? We talking about the Berlin, or are we talking about Berlin, Iowa? We got a lot of those places from Germany and Europe over there, but they're over here in our, it's like they're real misleading. Like, hey, I'm gonna go. Like, no, you're not. You're going to an American version. So you're in a real Berlin. Real Berlin. That's cool. Well, I'm driving through Middle America right now, and trying to be as safe as possible. I created a text-to-speech so I can have everything that's in this chat talk into my ear. Lots of Germans out here. I'm half German. The other half is Irish. I don't know which half. I don't know if it's a good half or the bad half, but there's so many Americans out here that are German. Just not full-blooded German. I got the blonde hair and the blue eyes from Germany, though. We like German people in America. We don't know if Germany likes us, but we like Germany. Our media tells us no one likes us. Our televisions tell us no one likes us. Don't go anywhere. Don't travel. Stay here. Safe. Yeah. I used to work for a company, BMW, and it was BMW North America, and I just do commercials and photo shoots for them, and there was always the Germans were flying over to supervise and stuff like that, and I was always hanging out with Germans. And I'll tell you what, they eat a lot of nuts, and a lot of nuts and berries. They eat a lot of things that grow. And that was always tripped me out because I'd be eating my cheeseburgers for lunch, and these guys are just snacking on nuts and berries. I didn't understand. It didn't make a lot of sense. I'm like, how are you eating the nuts and berries? But there's cheeseburgers here, mate. How are you going to reach past the cheeseburger to grab a handful of nuts? But then you look at them all, and you go, oh, the guys are very healthy. Like, for some reason, health is like a thing in Germany. We don't worry about that here. We just eat cheeseburgers until we have a heart attack, and then the cycle continues. And the Germans used to wear these, they have jackets with no sleeves on them. And I didn't get, I asked them, like, why do you guys always wear these jackets with no sleeves on them? And it's cold outside. They're like, listen, you fat American. They didn't say that, but they said it's because it keeps their core warm, and if they keep their core warm, then everything else stays warm. And I thought that was ridiculous. Oh yeah, yeah. We got these people out here. They're called Amish, and they're like they speak Dutch and German. And I don't know if they're the same thing or not. I don't know. They eat a lot of freaking meat, and they said they brought that from where they came from. A lot of meat. They put that meat in jars, though. And I don't get that. I haven't tried it though. I haven't tried it, but it looked. They were eating it right out of the jar. So how the hell do you guys do that? I guess they cooks inside the jar with I don't know how. I'm not a woman. I don't know how to cook. Yeah, we got Amish out here. There's a lot of them in my area, just not in my neighborhood. The horse and buggy. Yeah. I guess you don't have any Amish in Germany. They're just called Germans. That's funny. I don't know what they're called out here. They got crazy names for people all over the place out here. I don't even want to say the wrong name. The next thing you know, I offended some people. Like, listen, you know I'm a dumb, uneducated trucker that made poor life choices. How are you going to hold anything I say against me? All right, it looks like that sun is rising. I don't see it actually poking out yet, but oh, soon enough it'll be right in my face. Yeah, I heard you guys are pretty strict over there with your policies too. I heard you can get you can get arrested or something for saying a word or something like that. It's like that in Canada right now. They're trying to arrest people for saying the wrong words or having the wrong thoughts. Well, I guess not the wrong thoughts, but just, I don't know. A lot of these countries like diversity. They really like diversity until it comes to diversity of thought. You're not allowed to have diverse thoughts, but it's just it's a weird problem in this world is diversity. You're allowed to have diversity of everything but thought. Like, I'm a trucker and I'm supposed to think a certain way, and if I don't think a certain way, then I'm to be removed, deplatformed. That's why they don't teach us very many words out here. They don't teach us words because the words are words of power. Yeah, I saw that. They try to do that here. But yeah, I saw that. Well, we were watching that here. We were hoping that it would spread down here, but yeah. Here's this, they must have a lot more owner-operators up there in Canada than here because the company driver, you're not allowed to just do that. You can't just go and protest. It's not your truck. And most Americans, it's not their truck. It's it belongs to the company, so you couldn't take it off route even if you wanted to. So truck and protest don't work in America. They won't work here. The beauty of being an owner-operator is you can take a week off to protest and you won't lose your job. But, I mean, if you try to protest as a company driver out here, they'll just put someone else in your truck. Yeah. Well, I think our media is trying to convince us that you guys are like so much farther ahead with this diversity stuff that you're all waiting for America to stop being stubborn so the whole world can unite in diversity. But what I think is really happening is everyone is trying to fight it equally, but they're hiding the fact that other people are fighting it so that we'll just give up and accept it. But you know how America is. We're kind of stubborn when it comes to that. That's why we still refuse to use the metric system. You know, we still have our rebellious tendencies. I live in Missouri, middle America. When all this political stuff hit the fan in 2016, me and my wife and my two young kids packed up out of downtown Los Angeles and moved to middle America where it was safe, far away from all the cities, far away from diversity. just moved. We're people that move there because they want to live a life, not because of, well, politics. And that's where we moved there in 2017, and we've been there ever since. It's safe. It's safe for now. We heard that you guys took in a whole lot of diversity over the last 10 years. Heard that a lot of your buildings have been turned into mosques. And it's apparently it's inevitable. It's coming here too. Yeah, we were watching that in America. We were watching the Syrian immigration, and we were like, man, that is out of control. Luckily, it won't happen here. And then all of a sudden, boom, it started happening here. The same exact thing, like it was planned. And man, it's happening here. I think over there, you guys are already further along in the diversity stuff, so that your citizens didn't fight it as much. But here, our government is facilitating it and hiding it from us. Like they're allowing the flow of migrants, and they put them on buses and planes and fly them out to Middle America where no one knows it's happening. They're flying them under the radar, even though it's human smuggling and trafficking. They're hiding it. And it's a crazy situation, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't think Germany will ever be like it was when I was a kid watching the movies. It almost looks post-apocalyptic over there now. I've seen Italy, it's like that. In France, it's like that. It's crazy. It's almost like Germany got so powerful. They got so powerful and so confident in their ability to gain power that they didn't have a problem giving some power away and letting others have that power. I think they had the thoughts that if they needed to, they could always take the power back. And I think that was the mistake. Is it's so hard to have power. It's so hard to get power that once you have it, sometimes you forget that there's so many other people waiting to take it from you. And you think they're going to give it back? Not without a war, not without a fight. And the Germans, they've been in a lot of fights. And all the power they had, they earned. And I think that they forgot how hard it was to get that power. That sharing that power ended up being a double-edged sword. And the power they gave up to people that have been fighting for power for thousands of years. And they didn't have to fight for it. It was just given to them. And that's a horrible way to obtain power. It's been given to it. And they didn't deserve the power. They don't know what to do with the power, and they're only going to abuse the power. And so you got people that relinquish the power, watching the people that now have the power destroy the power. And it's happening in America too. We've got some cities up here that they only speak and they only respect for Islam. Like we have courts, but the courts have shut down. They have Sharia law now. And Sharia courts, which is against our Constitution here. But if you say anything about it publicly, you're out of here. Well, we're going to see what happens in 2024. Because I am no Trump supporter and I'm no Biden supporter. But this country is definitely right now a Trump country. You can't find a city without massive Trump support. And this is going to be a turning point in this country in 2024. We'll see what happens, because there's no way Trump's going to lose unless the unspeakable happens, which we're not allowed to speak about. But when that happens, it's going to be messy here. It's going to be real messy. Well, we have media here that's run by the government. Just like, we didn't know the media was, we heard about it. But if you ever said, hey, that's government media, you got shunned like, oh, you're wearing tinfoil hats and stuff like that. But nowadays it's like, oh crap, those crazy people weren't all that wrong. But it's going to be a real exciting time here in the next 6 months. It's going to be real exciting in America. Real exciting. I guess how we're going to figure out how we're going to make the left and the right become friends again. How are we going to make the Democrats and the Republicans friends again? I mean, the fight's pretty bad right now. The whole world's fighting right now. How are we going to become friends after this? So many bad words have been thrown at each other. So much hatred. It's like, how are we going to start liking each other again without some sort of a war that's going to unite people? I'm just a trucker, man. I just keep on keeping on. I'm a company driver, so I don't even have to pay for fuel. So when fuel hits $20 a gallon, I don't have to pay for it. Except when I go buy groceries, I have to pay for it. Hey, we got somebody in the chat, but it's so bright. SAP. G-SAP. G. What's up, G? Well, I should wonder if there's a way to. They'll have to figure it out. People are pretty smart. Unless hate really is in people, if people really do just have hate in them. But maybe when the world turns into Muslims, we'll all start liking each other again, right? When Islam takes over the world and makes us all Islam people. Nope, I don't think so, because I don't think any country Islam runs has been peaceful for thousands of years. I don't think so. I mean, Islam came to America, and now there's war in America. There's protests everywhere, and they're burning stuff down. Say, wait a minute, what did that Christian church do to you? Hey, what did that school do to you? What did that family do to you? I don't understand why they're going to burn everything down. Can't we just shake hands and have a meeting? Oh yeah, it just got bright all of a sudden. We're doing good out here, rolling through St. Louis, Missouri. 17 miles till I get through this. Yeah, that's all we can do, man. It's all we can do. Feed my family, pay my taxes. Man, I'm just a poor trucker out here. And like a week ago, I get 9 letters from the IRS about how much money I owe for this year, all this stuff. This government out here is doing the best they can to try to fund these wars. And they're taking it from middle America. And they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're bleeding us dry. There's nothing left, and we got to sell everything because we just can't. We can't find it, the strength to keep fighting. I mean, I'm poor. I got young kids at home. got nothing left on my paycheck. But the government gives me 9 bills for 9 different years saying I owe thousands of dollars each year on estimated taxes. On estimated. And now I got to prove myself that I don't owe it. And only got so much time to prove it, or I gotta come after me and they gotta start taking assets. So what are you gonna take? A car? So I can't get to work? We don't have assets in America. They took them all. They took all our assets. Now they're trying to take all your guns and your rights. Like, what the hell? I'm just trying to drive a truck and feed my family. I'm out here on the road. I'm out here on the road all day, every day. It's what I do. I can see in every single one of these cars. I can see in these cars. And I can see in these cars, and I can see what they're doing in these cars. I can see they're all clicking on their phones. I can see they all got their little vapes. I can see some of them even play with themselves, right? But what I'm seeing more is 90+% of these people I see on the road, it's women. I don't have a problem with it, but it's clearly an observation that I'm out there saying. I tell my wife this all the time, like, I don't see the men out on these roads, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I bet they're going to tell us what it means one day, so we're going to find out what it means. But I look in these cars over here, and it's all women in these cars. They're not driving to the mall. Are they driving to the mall? I don't know where they're going, but it's all women out here. I'm not saying they're good drivers or bad drivers. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just an observation. The statistics came out here. Our education system's crap. In the last 20 years, our population in the schools have went up 1.5. For every student there's 1.5 students. And the statistics for the teachers came out. For every one teacher, there's 2.3 teachers now for every teacher there was. More teachers have been hired than we have students. And that's a good thing. And then they get into bureaucracy. Get into all the office workers. Is up 5,000%. So for every one office worker in a school district, there's 5,000 of them. All that money's got to be paid. Who's getting that? All that money's got to be paid. All these middle people in there doing nothing but writing policies. They're not teaching the kids. They're not driving the buses. They're not doing anything to help our kids. But that's just, they come out of college with these educations and these certificates, and you're going to work with lesbian dance theory? Where are you going to work when all you did was, where are you going to work? You're not going to be an engineer. Oh, you're going to get hired into a school district or some union somewhere and affect policy. Who's paying your salary? It's crazy to think that there could be so many people that work in an industry that don't do nothing but sit behind a desk and just write policy. We had some people say we weren't taken over by a civil war. We were taken over by a war. We're in a war with policy right now because policy is what's killing this country. Policy is probably what's killed your country. Well, I mean, your country's not been killed, but politically. Well, I tell you what, they got most of these people that are just working and going home. But I don't. I build websites. I start small businesses for myself. I try to diversify. I've got a handful of websites that generated income every month. And now I've got a YouTube channel. I've got 4 YouTube channels, but one of them started generating income every month. Trying to diversify so that I can I don't have to be down here in the rat race where I can focus on things like my family. I'm always thousands of miles away from my family, it seems. If something were to happen, I wouldn't be there. It would take me days to get there. That's right. You got to create strong people. Strong people. But this is what weakness out here. We got a bunch of weak people out here. It's good though, because I see these weak people and I see these pronouns out here. I'm like, man, my kids are going to be really strong compared to these people. All these people need safe spaces, you know. My kids are going to be thriving. They're going to be real strong, and they'll succeed. I mean, you got to look at it positive, right? You got all these weak pronouns out there, and you got to think, well, what's going to happen with us? Well, we're not the weak ones. We'll be the one using their weakness against them, right? All the strong people, and it won't be us. I'll be dead, but my kids will be there. Sane. Make it sane again. Isn't that crazy? If you were to say "Make America," and then you try to finish that sentence any other way, you're racist. You're racist. That's okay though. It's okay. We got lots of names they call us. They always got some name loaded up in the chamber ready to shoot at us. I'm a trucker. I get called names every day. They look down on me every day out here on the road. My family doesn't look down on me. That's for sure. My family doesn't look down on me, and that's all that matters. But I'm one of the lucky few that have a family. Out here, most people don't have a family. They've severed themselves from the family. The government takes care of them. Well, you can see what happens in the streams when I speak my mind. It drops down real low, but when I start talking about lollipops and stuff like that, boom, I'll have a lot of people in here. But it's hard to have those conversations day in and day out. Because people ask me questions that I'm not allowed to answer typically. I have to change the subject real quick. We'll get to the ghetto part of St. Louis. The ghetto part, right before downtown. Yeah. Yeah. Changed my name to Dylan. You gotta, even if your name's Dylan, you wear a dress. I don't know, man. I think the pendulum is swinging. Like about a year and a half ago, I was listening to this hippie on YouTube. I don't know who the hell it was, but she was like, oh no, she's probably in her 70s. She's like, oh yeah, the pendulum's about to start swinging back. It always does. And I'm like, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. But no, it is swinging back. It's swinging back. We got our politicians talking about 2025 will be the biggest deportation the world has ever seen. And that's definitely controversial to say. That's real controversial, but they're saying it. Just letting us know, hey, that pendulum's swinging. I should make a trucker channel where I'm wearing a dress and lipstick every day and see if it gets more hits than this one. It gets more subscribers than this one. But no, man, you do that kind of stuff and you're on a list. When the pendulum starts swinging back, they're going to go, hey, remember that time when you were this guy? Like, oh yeah, I was doing it for clicks though. That's right. We got a couple big companies out here that are boycotting right now. I know Bud Light was one, Target is one, Tyson Foods is one. Man, it's hard to remember them all because I'm not really a political person, so it's hard to keep up with it. But they're absolutely protesting right now. A lot of companies, I was kind of upset. I'm like, they're protesting these companies that when all this stuff is done with and we're starting to settle down, all these companies are going to be gone. And like, are you sure you want to kill these companies? I mean, can't we just like not kill these companies? Like, I don't give a crap about Bud Light or Budweiser, but I mean, when it's gone, it ain't coming back. Isn't that what they want? Don't they want to shut down American companies? So how are they going to do that? Well, they'll just make us get mad at them and cancel them ourselves. And I think that's what's happening. I mean, they're making red-blooded American farmers out there cancel their own red-blooded American beer. It's like they're doing the job for them. And that's a crazy thought. It's working. I mean, it's working. Their propaganda is working. They got women over here that hate men. They did a poll, and they're asking all these women that do they need men, and 100% of them says no, we don't need men. And some of them say it sarcastically, it's funny. But then on that same poll, they asked men, do men need women? And 100% of the men said yes, we need women. So it shows that their propaganda is working. Because the older generations that are saying it, it's more sarcastic. But the new generations, they're absolutely being serious. They don't need men. Because they got government money. They got EBT, they got Obamacare, they got Obama phones, they got everything, stimulus, they got all this free stuff. They got OnlyFans, and they got Tinder, and they got Cash App. They don't need a job. Times are changing. I don't know. I can see off in the distance out there. I can start to see that giant St. Louis arch. You can see that way off in the distance out there. You can see it out there. Damn, that arch is so big when you drive by it. It gives me anxiety to think people go up in that thing. I'll never do it. I don't care. I've been skydiving. I've been everything that I need to do in heights. And I'm done with it. I see it. It almost makes me nauseous when you're standing by that arch and you're looking up at it. You see the arch pop into the trees sometimes. There's a really hard left turn up here to take a bridge across the river, and that arch disappears. You don't see it again. What a bad freeway this is. so bad. It's so bumpy. It's bad. You spend so much money, right? You want to get over, then you go ahead and take it, buddy. I'm gonna sit in the fast lane. You put your blinker on to get over, and these people, they come in here, they don't understand how it works in America, and they just go. They don't know about our rules. They don't know about the laws, and they just drive really crazy out here. We love our minorities, and we love our wonderful, beautiful immigrants, and we love all the diversity. We love it all. Go Joe Biden. We love you, Joe Biden. We love you, Joe Biden. We love you, Joe Biden. We had a big old bridge fall down. I don't know if you saw that, but in America, we had a little tiny boat hit a bridge, knocked the whole bridge down, and the mayor got on the news and said, please, media, please, CNN, stop playing the video. Because we don't think the family members want to see their families die. What? What? We've been watching the videos from 9/11, people jumping off the videos for 20 freaking years. All of a sudden now we're not allowed to? What are you trying to hide? What are we hiding? What are we hiding? Why did that bridge fall down? Why did that bridge fall down, Mr. Baltimore? Mayor, Mr. Big Shot Mayor, telling us we're not allowed to share the video? I bet the company that's got that camera up, I bet that company's got a camera on their building at the bridge. I bet the company's going to get a cease and desist letter saying, move your camera. Move it to prevent any more future anythings. America. America. Oh boy, was I going fast. I was doing 65 and a 55. Oof. Man. See the way they have us out here? I got software that sees my face, it monitors everything, and it ranks me against every other driver. And man, that just put a big ding on my system. Even though you don't get in trouble or nothing, but I'm scored. I got a score. And that when I'm not paying attention like that, the company can see that. And now they won't call me. They won't yell at me. But like if anything happens, they'll refer to the score. They go, you are also a shitty driver. Fired. But this YouTube channel got me in a lot of trouble. And in the beginning, when I was at about 20,000 subscribers, it got me in trouble. And the company called me and says, blah, 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 but we see your driving record is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and let it all slide. And I'm like, oh man, God bless that system. Hey, what's going on over here? The lane's closing over there. They closed down the lane. Right when the sun's in your face. Oh yeah. I'm carrying a truckload of baking flour, bags of cooking baking flour, and the way they stacked them, they didn't shrink wrap them. They just stacked them on the pallets, and the pallets are whatever. I've never hauled this before, and it just seems like by the time I get back, they're going to be all falling apart, bags of flour everywhere. But they loaded up all the trucks like that. So it's just my own paranoia thinking that it's going to happen. But they put a seal back there, like a steel cable. I can't open it to check my load. I can't check it, so I don't know if it's a mess or not until I get to the other side. What a nerve-wracking thing, because I came from hauling cars, high-end automobiles, and closed, where I was constantly getting out of the truck and checking my load. But this kind of stuff, man, you can't check nothing. You just gotta just grip the steering wheel extra tight and hope the road's not too bumpy. because I've got one strap back there holding 43 pounds of flour. That's a lot of flour. All right. 65 miles an hour now. Yeah, so a lot of times you back into a dock and you don't have a clue what you're even going to haul. The trucks that have the roll-up doors, those guys never even see the freight. They roll that door down, they lock it, they turn the light green so you can pull out and go. And this, I got the swing doors, and I don't even know what they put in there. And at the end, I got to look at it and figure out how I'm going to strap it down. And I'm like, well, they've loaded it. It's touching the walls on each side, and it's touching each other all the way to the front of the trailer, so I can't strap over it. Some of this stuff, it's up. And then they put 20,000 pounds steel or aluminum coils, and they just sit them there. Now we got to figure out this puzzle of how not to kill myself and everyone else on the freeway if I got to turn real sharp. America. It's like everything is regulated. Everything is regulated to prevent a lot of questionable things. But then certain things are not regulated purposely so that the government and corporations cannot be held liable. That is 100% on the driver. It is driver error, right? So like that load back there that I have no control over, how much pounds are on it or how it's loaded or what it is. And I got to figure out how to secure it, even though it's impossible to secure 43,000 pounds with not even 2 inches to put a strap. So everything's so regulated until it comes out, well, you should not have taken the load. Well, I watched 300 trucks pull out of there that did take the load. And they're telling me that, well, for your safety, you shouldn't have taken the load. Or it's like I said, 43,000 pounds. It's right there at the limit. So if they loaded a little this or a little that, then I'm going to be over on an axle. And there's no scales for 40 freaking miles. Like, well, you should have taken the load. Well, yeah, I guess you can look at it that way. You know, everything is like it's lost until the very last thing. Oh, well, it's on the driver. These drivers are going to jail out here because they'll make a little mistake and they'll go to jail because everything falls on the driver. I had a big accident. I've had 2 big accidents in my career. I started driving in 1999, but I got in a big accident where traffic stopping and somebody it was in a 69 Chevelle just cut me off and hit his brakes right in front of me, and I hit my brakes and I jackknifed. The tractor slammed backwards into the trailer and I slid backwards for forever. Glass everywhere, blood everywhere. It was bad news. Nobody got hit but me, and that was pretty bad. Another one is when I used to haul cars in a special carrier where the roof would go up about 3 feet so you can get cars in and stuck them in. And somehow that roof, the PTO, was leaking into itself, and it lifted itself up and it smashed into a bridge, ripped the roof off downtown San Francisco. And I'm driving and I hear this crunch. And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? And then like a minute or two later, I noticed there's no cars around me. Like, damn, the traffic freed up. I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right. So I pull over and open my trailer, and you can see the sky. Like, I see the sky inside my trailer. And I called my boss up, and I said, hey, I see the sky inside my trailer. What do I do? He's like, there's no serial numbers on that, so get out of Dodge. And, oh yeah, I hit the pedal to the metal and I got out of there. And I knew they'd be looking for me, so I found this automobile auction where car haulers were in there. And I pulled over there and I took a nap for a bunch of hours until I knew that they wouldn't be looking for me. Because here we got these weigh stations and scales where they got cameras up on the top and they could see. They'd have seen that I was missing a roof. They'd have known it was me. This was probably 2002 when I did that, so I'm well beyond the statute of limitations. I'm well beyond it. I was on the phone with my wife at the time when that happened, the crunch. She's like, "Oh, I heard that. What was that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I've never heard that crunch before." And it ripped the roof clean off. Didn't damage any cars in there either. And I had 8 BMW 7 Series straight from the port, brand new. Didn't damage anything. You know, when that stuff happens, you're like, geez, somebody's watching out after me. Somebody's got my back. Yeah. It's crazy to think how many accidents are out here every day. But in America, they clean it up real quick. They clean it up real quick. I've seen a lot of dead bodies out here on the highway, though. The other day, I was driving through I don't remember what city it was. But going the opposite direction, you can tell this big old SUV rear-ended somebody and it burned them up. And they had the fire department was there and they were holding up these sheets. So the people driving by couldn't see the bodies that were inside this. But these people weren't that tall. So all the big rigs were like above the sheets looking over there. And you could see this. It looked like a female's body. And she was sitting there and her head was kind of up and her mouth was open and she was burnt to a crisp, but she was still holding on to the steering wheel. Like she was burned alive or something. I don't know how it happened, but I just seen that last week. That was pretty bad. And my next stop is in 4 hours and 37 minutes. At 300 miles to go. I think I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. There's some horrific things out here on these highways. But the government does a real good job of keeping Americans, you know, we don't have to see that stuff. Keeping us real sensitive and scared. The cop pulled that guy over. Ruined that guy's week. All right, man. I appreciate you coming by. Shout out to everybody. It was good talking to you out there. Hopefully we see each other again. Hopefully you subscribe. I'm out here every day. Check out some videos that I made. All right. See you next time. I missed my exit. My turnaround exit just so happens to have a truck stop. It was fate.